I have a question. Would you like to visit one day the Dumaguete?
What is it about Dumaguete that causes expats to just go there?
Those expats that visit the Dumaguete, are they young or old?
Like YouTubers talking about each other and like some
Mm-hmm.
drama, some drama. I'm like, who cares about that?
They don't get along?
I don't know why they end up there. Hey, this is a good investment. And then somebody gave their opinion saying, actually calling this Dramaguete.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, Filipina-Australian family. I am Ella and this is Scott.
Hey guys. So yeah, today we have a topic for you because we don't really pay attention to what goes on around the world with the YouTubers and all that. But there's a whole community, right? So you guys are watching us because maybe you're interested in the Philippines.
Yes.
But couldn't help it. In the feed, there was all this sort of like YouTubers talking about each other and like some drama, some drama. I'm like, who cares about that? But let's get into it and see if you're aware of what they're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're calling this Dramaguete. You ever heard of that?
Never. I never heard Dramaguete.
Sorry, do you know Dumaguete?
Yes,
All
I
right.
know Dumaguete.
So let's start there. So Dumaguete is a city,
Yes.
and it's fairly full of expats.
Yeah.
I don't know why they end up there. I think
Why?
maybe.
About why they called it Dramaguete.
Okay, so let's just get right into the point. So here's what we know, and I haven't watched all the videos. I just got a little taste of it. But there's some fairly well-established bloggers. Okay, so there's a community of American, mostly, expats that know what they're talking about. They've been in the Philippines for many years, but they don't all get along. How funny is that?
Really?
Yeah, you'd think they'd all be high-fiving each other, like,
Like-
yeah, life is good, life is good.
Like there are both tourists on that location, but they don't get along. That's
Yeah.
a little bit unusual.
This is probably it's interesting, right? So when you're being in a place long enough and you're comfortable enough, then all of a sudden little things start to get in your way, like little dramas, like chismosa. Somebody says something about you.
Yeah.
They talk behind your back, and like, when it's just a matter of like what matters in life. You
Yeah.
know? Like if someone was talking behind your back in the Philippines,
Yes,
oh
of
Ella,
course.
she's in Australia now. She's having a nice life.
Yeah.
They're talking about your back. What would you say about that?
It depends if it's good thing, but it's a bad thing, I will get upset.
Oh, really? Okay. For me, it's a bit opposite. If someone was to say, "Oh, that guy Scott, he's out there doing his thing. Well, he's such a, he's not whatever. He's forgot his roots.
Yeah.
He's forgot where he's from. This and that." I would basically, my care factor would be gone. I don't care at all.
Really?
Because that gives you stress. I don't know. In my life, like the more you care what people think, the more stress you have.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the reason or what is the main point why they call it Dramaguete? What
Okay.
are the dramas on that Dumaguete?
So the core of it is there was basically a confrontation, a fist fight, basically between, let's just say they're into their 50s or 60s. So it's not a typical like teen, punch up. It's basically two well-established men. They should be more mature than to actually fight.
Yeah.
Maybe you could talk it out or whatever. But basically, it was a situation. I don't want to get into it. You can look it up.
Is there any jealousy of?
It was basically just somebody didn't like someone else and it escalated, or somebody thought they were doing the wrong thing. But it was all
Oh.
based on, you
Like
know,
if someone's action is not like they don't like what they say you, and then there's another guy they don't like what you are doing, and they are like starting to confront you.
right, say bad things. So there wasn't anything like no criminal stuff involved. It was a little bit. Here's the core of it: is that some guy was basically trying to present his business opportunities to people, like, hey, this is a good investment, and then somebody gave their opinion saying, actually, I wouldn't invest in it if I were you. And then so the guy became sensitive, like he's saying, well, you're basically telling people that I'm not, I don't have a good opportunity here for
That's
people.
really bad, actually.
And so it's either there's a case of, hey, why don't you mind your own business? But to be fair, the person would just say, hey, if it was me, I wouldn't spend my money. So there's a lot of people taking sides. So
Maybe there's a reason why he said that. Maybe that guy is really not that good.
right. So the more you dig into it, and this is where people take sides and they dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and they're looking at it's getting really personal, and then you get teams of people. This is the internet, right? Whether they're trolls or not, they're digging into the past and like, well, that guy, if you look in his past, it was very, very, unusual, and what's he doing in this situation and all this. So
Yeah.
that's not for us to weigh in. Yeah, we can give our opinions. You don't even know anything about it.
I don't even know about that.
So the topic for today is really more about what is it about Dumaguete that causes expats to just go there?
Maybe it's cheap.
Okay, so it's cheap. What about
Maybe-
girls? Maybe easy to meet, like have
I don't
meet people
really
easier?
know about Dumaguete, as in like about women there. All I know is the place. Maybe the reason is like cheap accommodations,
So
everything.
yourself being a Filipina from, let's say, the north part of Philippines, you don't know anything about Dumaguete.
No,
You don't know anyone who moved there.
no. I know. I only know the word Dumaguete. I
What
know
about
it's
other
a
places
place.
like Davao?
I know Davao.
Heard of it?
I heard Davao, but I never been. So
Cebu? Heard of that?
I already heard about that. Of course, hon, we study about the location, but doesn't mean like I know everything.
Okay, but how about Dumaguete? Ever heard of it?
And I heard, but never.
Okay. So I think it just comes from history, and over time it evolves. Maybe there's some things where the land is cheap. In terms of there being an airport, I don't even think there's an airport. I think you have to, get there by boat. I'm just guessing, and guys,
Yeah.
it's easy. It's an easy Google search away.
Wait, when you said like when it comes to land, but I don't think foreigner can buy a land on
Right.
their own.
Yeah, but I think that the land itself is cheap. So however they do that, by marrying a Filipino or um, whatever it is. But I think the idea of it, there's a sense of community, and once you get some expats, especially vloggers, once they're telling the world like, "Hey, I'm here in Dumaguete, I bought a property for cheap," guess what? Everyone else in the world's like, "Hey, I want to do that too." And then they're like, "Well, where should I go first?" Well, let's go to Dumaguete.
Yeah.
And then they all just sort of like meet each other, and then from there, especially if they're from some similar walks of life, maybe they're retired or whatever. And
Actually, I don't even know what is left in Dumaguete because I never been there.
well, I've watched a few videos on it. They've got a boardwalk, so
Yeah.
there's some aspects of being maybe there's less traffic, so you're not doing Manila. So there's a lot. It almost feels like you're from Bicol and
Yeah, I
Legazpi.
feel like every place has traffic.
I
It
think it
depends on the day.
could be, but I think it's more of like that just free life where everything's a little bit more relaxed, and it's not like the controlled city, and it's not Angeles City, and it's not maybe the girls are more like just normal, as in
Average.
not taking your money and not
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about scams so much and whatever. But things
Yeah.
change. But the thing that was interesting was just like that how once you get a bunch of expats together, is that even a good thing? Because then it's like little America all over again.
I know, right? As in like the place become like
Very westernized.
Western country because you only see is like expats walking around the block like that.
So the big question is, if you were to move to a foreign country, would you want more of the foreigners from your own country there?
I don't think so.
To me, that takes away from it. It's a little bit selfish, of course, but you go away as a bit of an escape. So if you're not escaping and you're seeing the same thing that you escaped from, toxic mindset,
Yeah.
a bit of like the arrogance. A lot of Westerners come with this arrogance.
I have a question. Those expats that visit the Dumaguete, are they young or old?
They are older. They're more retiree style, the ones that are vlogging about it. And so they're settling in about, with their younger girlfriends, and that's fine. That's
I
very
heard
normal.
that. I heard about that. Like those foreigner that gonna be like retired people. They chose the Dumaguete.
What's interesting about Dumaguete, there seems to be a lot of this sort of like entrepreneurial spirit. So a lot of guys are like, yeah, I'm maybe retired, but I'm gonna do like a dye shop. One of the guys is involved is like runs a really cool eco tours company and dives. Like that's amazing. Like thumbs up, amazing.
That's why if it doesn't mean that you are retired. It's like that's it. You're not gonna work. Once you are retired, you don't know how long that money will last. So if you decided to live in the Philippines, why don't you just like think that your money can grow while you are not working?
Right.
So business is, I think, one of the good thing.
So a lesson there, an opening is that you can reset. You can go there and you don't really have you can totally reset. You don't have to do what you did before as a career. You have some savings, and then you can start to spend your time doing these hobby businesses. So in a way, that's great. And I think Dumaguete was a bit of like a chance for people to be supportive of each other's businesses.
Yeah.
And that's probably why, there's a little bit of that chit chat saying. But in business, guys, there's always a bit of a huckster, a shyster, someone that's like, hey, I want you to invest in something. And they're just trying to, even themselves, they believe it. But at the core of it, it's a terrible opportunity.
Do you think there are foreigners in Dumaguete that, let's say, the foreigner and then the other foreigner doesn't want that foreigner to level up, so they're trying to,
Oh yeah,
grab.
like in the Philippine mentality is like that.
Yeah.
I don't. I think so. Sure, everyone's a little bit competitive in life. Hopefully, there's a little bit of that. Hey, let's just all be successful and rise up. So I think there's more of the rise up mentality than like in the Western. In the Western, it's absolutely head to head.
Yep.
I want to be better than my neighbor, and I want to have the better car and the better house. In the
Yep.
Philippines, I'm sure the expats are like, hey, we're here in the same boat. Let's
Yeah,
support
we're
each other.
here, like we're both retired.
And that's great. So that's why it's a bit shocking and surprising that there is this sort of like this drama. And
Mm-hmm.
to be fair, it's such an isolated incident, and it sounds like there's a lot of immaturity involved. Who's really going to have a fist fight? Like, are you 50 plus and you're punching it out with someone who's
Yep.
50 or 60 plus? It's kind of hilarious. Like, I'm sure there'll be
Well,
a meme. There should be a meme about it if it wasn't so. And everyone's vlogging about it. Maybe it's just for the sake of content.
well, for me, it's not just only Western people. I think only also some Filipinos are like that, like trying to, you know, make a drama.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's maybe that's the effective way to resolve things. It's just like let's
Mm-hmm.
just hash it out and whatever. But the problem is everyone's taking sides and
Mm-hmm.
everyone's pointing fingers and everyone's digging into everyone else's past.
Yep.
And it's sort of like at some point it's mind your own business,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So we're minding our business. We respect, whoever's involved.
Yeah.
I just say let it go. Like Elsa, just let it go.
Just let it go. And do you
And
think in the foreigner Western people, is there any kind of like talk to talk, like let's talk that problem that we just had before?
wait, say that again.
Like let's say that the both foreigner have a problem and the other foreigner decided to, I just want to talk to him to resolve this problem. Like talking,
Some like but does it require someone else to be involved, or is it just both of them sitting together?
both of them.
Yeah, that would be the mature thing to do. Like, as in, just like let's just get over it,
Yeah.
and somebody has to apologize. Yeah, those things take time. I think there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of egos involved, and I think it's much easier to just live separately
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of like simmer down. But ultimately, I think if like we're gonna live in the Philippines,
Yeah.
right? It's
Would you
just a
like?
matter of time.
I have a question. Would you like to visit one day the Dumaguete?
I looked at it. I thought this is maybe a place we should visit. To be honest, the minute I heard that there was just this expat, it wasn't as much of an authentic experience because I'm going to go there and I'm going to see expats
Mm-hmm.
around. And the way that Filipinos react to you is different because they're like used to it. They're
Mm-hmm.
used to seeing foreigners everywhere.
Yeah.
And to me,
So.
that's not the first experience that people should have going to a new country.
Mm-hmm.
So it's much better to visit the province where you can experience that local food. If you're going there and they're like, hey mate, how you going? I'm like because they know I'm coming from Australia.
Yeah.
That's awful. Like if you go to Bali, for example, it's very much like that. They
Mm-hmm.
see your passport or they see your currency,
Mm-hmm. So
and
like
you're not getting a sense of culture at all.
So like that Dumaguete and people Filipino there used to see Western people every day. So once they are new Western guy, it's not new. So hey, how are you? Like
Yeah.
they already used to it.
So I get some people are. There's going to be two people. People that want that comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
like a launch pad of where you can start and saying, oh, at least I've got my sort of familiarity, like
Yeah.
people that are like me and they can show you around. All
Mm-hmm.
these people that arrive and they want to meet with the vloggers right away,
Mm-hmm.
and get them, give them tips and whatever. I think that's a missed opportunity, guys. I think you should be the first ones on the ground. Throw yourself in the deep water.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about getting scammed. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about your safety.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be okay. You know, that's it. That's living. Just
Yeah.
take that risk
Are,
instead of trying to be safe.
how about you? Are you gonna like introduce to other Western people to try new locations, not just Dumaguete because that's what they heard in internet?
Yeah, of course you want to explore. We're going to represent the Bicol region, and
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be one of the first sort of public
Yeah.
figures that are there and
We
promoting the area.
we can introduce some beautiful places that there for people.
But I think there's a little bit of a balance for sure. So you don't want any country. You don't want to be overrun with another
Mm-hmm.
population. You want it to be balanced and blend in. And I think
Mm-hmm.
people in Dumaguete are probably doing a good job. They're just like they want to live like locals.
Yeah.
They want to support even local Philippine
Yeah.
businesses. But when you get this kind of YouTube
Drama.
style blow up, and I'm just like, what's the big deal? Why is this getting so much airtime? You're getting a lot of other vloggers covering them and giving their opinions, and yeah, it's very weird. We don't like this kind of celebrity culture.
Yeah.
We just want to be real. And the minute you have people doing like screen recordings and like giving their opinion, like if
Mm-hmm.
someone were to give their, topic, chatting about what we're talking about, and saying, "Oh, Scott and Ella, they talked
Yeah.
about this, blah blah blah." Maybe that's an honor, or maybe that's a sign that like you're providing some conversation for people. But mostly it's just gossip,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It depends.
It depends.
It
So
depends.
anyway, that's a little bit about Dramaguete.
Dramaguete.
I don't think we'll be going to Dramaguete. It's nice to be able to collaborate with vloggers and people that are doing things. There's enough people around where you live that we're gonna collaborate with, probably.
Yeah, I think the first time that I heard the Dramaguete with you,
It just popped up. It's like a day
it
or
was
two old.
like last night, and then I thought you're talking to me like I'm having a drama.
What's the drama? I'm accusing you of like a little drama.
Dramaguete.
We have enough drama in our own
Yeah, no,
lives.
yeah, honey, you heard Dramaguete, and I heard that like you mean you're talking to me like I am having a drama right now.
Yeah, we got enough. So just it amazes me how much people care what other people think. That's the main thing. So just
true.
positive message to people. Just mind your own business. Get out there, and yeah. But defend your patch. So if someone insults you,
Yeah,
get out there and stand up for your own rights.
Don't
So
be like,
don't
just
let someone talk trash
like
about
you're
you.
gonna let them to talk bad
Yeah,
behind you. No, fight.
yeah. But be prepared to be, like have a bigger conversation because people seem to care. Anyways,
So
guys, thanks for tuning in,
so let's wrap it up.
and we'll pretty much wrap it up. Don't forget to like,
Subscribe
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell.
yes, so
And you can also follow my Facebook channel here.
go for it.
And then you can also message us to our channel, our Facebook page, the Springer Family.
That's a good one for people to keep in touch with little questions. So we should wrap it up. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.